Aeronautica Imperialis Flight Command. We're looking at the Steam page because I did the beta and recommended this game, but I don't recommend it anymore for this price. If the game was in between $5 or $10, I would probably maybe think about recommending it. But judging by the reviews, the content I believe to be in the game, which I was kind of led to believe by the developers, I think. I could have just assumed it. I probably did just assume it, but everything that's in the game suggests there's going to be a campaign with a long campaign or campaigns where you control an air arm of the Imperium's name of the Imperial Navy / Air Force, and go on missions and basically play it like kind of XCOM or other games like this. But as you can see, there is no such thing. The campaign is a rather basic campaign. I can't tell you how many missions, but they're saying they beat it in an hour and 4. I was playing the beta for 5 hours, mostly trying to do impossible things. I wasn't running out of content, really, just for playing around, but still. I would want to see this for myself. Unfortunately, I do not have a key to see it for myself, and with these reviews, I can't play this for myself. But after recommending it, and after the game coming to these reviews, I'm going to say watch this game carefully. Unless you really want to support it, go ahead. It's a really good game if you can stomach having pretty much 8 scenarios. Actually, let's be actually correct. Who said actually how many scenarios there were? There are 7 scenarios. The ones we saw in the beta, we could only play 2 of, remember, which was kind of odd, but anyway. Which we could only play 2 of the 7 scenarios, and I'm guessing they're pretty much variations on the tabletop game. If pure gameplay and think you can redo scenarios over and over again, 24 doesn't seem that bad to me. If you can get a good dozen hours out of this game by redoing scenarios or redoing the campaign over and over and over again. Because the campaign does add keeping pilots and whatnot. So, like the beta wasn't completely lying, or there were elements in the beta that were implemented in the campaign that I thought would be for a grander campaign than what we actually got. But basically, I was just wanting to let you know that instead of saying it's worth it, I say don't get it unless it gets more content, which we have no idea if it will or not, as it didn't get new content in the beta. For the beta, I don't know what fixed in the beta, other than maybe some bugs that we saw, some graphical glitches and whatnot. The full game's been optimized, but that's what a normal beta does. And then there was also the fact that the game devs were being irregular in the beta email by saying go to the Discord, but then go to Discord and the message from the mods was what issue are you having with the? Well, they didn't say like this. I'm trying to get the actual tone that they were using. They said, yeah, go ahead. There's no issue here. Basically, just as long as you explain that it's a beta, you're okay. Which every single beta, alpha, concept, preview, or Kickstarter preview that I've ever took a part in and showed on the channel has always said that. Why didn't this one? That's odd. not maybe not bad odd, just odd. So yeah, don't get this unless you're okay with limited content, because the content is replayable to an extent. You can challenge yourself to save all your craft, but I highly doubt that they should. So far, according to the negative reviews, and even the positive reviews to an extent, and even positive reviews to an extent, it's basically a very light version, a very light if not mobile version of the tabletop game. The rules are perfectly done. The gameplay could be, or the interface could be better. But there isn't that much content for $24. For $5 or mobile release, sure. As bad as that sounds for mobile release, but I understand on mobile given the limitations of mobile itself. It just isn't worth it. I just can't buy it, especially during this time for myself, so I'm glad that I read the reviews first. I don't always do that. But I saw mixed, so I read it, because mixed is something that I need to debate myself with, but yeah. So thank you, negative reviews, you saved the day. And I hope I just saved yours. Alright, but anyway, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate watching on this video, really means a lot to me, and I guess, see you! Actually, I might come back in the future if they do add more content, like a randomly generated campaign, ability to build up your Air Force, have actual skirmish for crying out loud instead of scenarios, more scenarios at least, and stuff like that. But anyway, alright, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I guess, see you in a second.